Hi, friends. It's Mrs. McCarver, and it's time for today's writing lesson. This week, we've started to write some how to texts. It's not quite a book because we're using a new type of paper, but we've started to write the directions or steps to teach someone how to do something. Remember, yesterday, we talked about how to put on your coat. You got it. And we went through each of the steps. Then we used our special how-to paper to plan our steps across the boxes. I used my finger and I touched each box and said what was happening in that step. And then I drew a picture for each step. Remember, with putting on our coat, we only found 3 steps. Maybe if you had a hood on your coat, you had 4 steps. So let's talk about what we're going to do today. Today, we are going to write a sentence for each step. I already planned the steps and drew the pictures. Now I'm going to go through and write a description or a sentence to explain with my words how to do that step. So let me do it under the camera. All right, so here is the paper I started yesterday. I put my drawings to match the steps. First, you put one arm in the coat sleeve. Then you put your other arm in the coat sleeve, the other coat sleeve, and next you button the buttons. Now, does every coat have buttons? No, maybe your coat has a zipper. So your step might say, zip up your coat. And if your coat has a hood, you might say, put your hood on your head if it's very cold. But my coat did not have a hood, so I'm not going to put that step there. Now that I remember all my steps, I'm going to plan and write my sentences. I noticed every time I describe this step, I used the word first because you have to do this first. You can't start out by buttoning your coat. You want to be able to get it on. So I'm going to use that word first. You, because I'm telling someone to do this, put one arm in one sleeve. Okay, that's my first step. My sentence matches my picture. Okay, another word I used for the other steps was the word next or the word then. I'm going to use the word next. Next. Next, well, what do we do next? You put your other arm in the other sleeve. Next, you put your other arm, because you can't put the same arm in the different sleeve, in the other sleeve. And here's my last step with my sentence. Then you button all the buttons. Then you button up all the buttons. Remember, maybe your coat had a zipper, so that might be something you add. Now that you saw me add my words to the steps, it's your turn. Get out your paper from yesterday where you did your drawings about how to put on your coat, and now I want you to add the sentences or words. Remember, you might explain it or use words a little different than I did. So don't feel like you have to say things the exact same way. I want you to describe the steps in your words.